Laura Barnett.
Okay, with apologies to Tim O'Brien, we carry babies, so small at first they fit inside us. Even before birth, they will not be ignored. They bump into our bladders, press on our stomachs. We carry Tums, large economy size. Wouldn't it be nice, we think, if we could hand off this weight like a football to a spouse, partner, mother? Here, you carry this for a while. We cram diaper bags with bottles, snacks, rattles, wipes, a bulky sweater, a thin one, ditto, blankets, and hats. Babies are us. Supplies, car seat, stroller, crib toys, bath toys, pop-up books, picture books, which we read in cheery voices. If you give a pig a pancake, he'll want syrup. Then he'll get sticky and need a bath with bubbles. Is there no end to the wanting, the needing, the schlepping? We'll feel guilty. We acquire a tricycle, bicycle, Barbie dolls, Polly Pockets, Matchbox cars, Tonka trucks, Tickle Me Elmo, Xbox, PlayStations 2 and 3. Loaded down, we recall our former weightlessness. Out the door with one slim red purse. We carry Neosporin and nebulizers, Robitussin, CF and DM, Tylenol. Who else will unflinchingly hold out a hand for the half-eaten cookie, partially chewed gum, unwanted Tootsie Pop? When we can no longer carry them to bed, we carry the knowledge that soon they'll leave us. But first, they'll need to hate us a little. Always, we carry in our heads our mother's voices, the things we vow never to say, until we say them. Have we exceeded our weight limit? I ponder the ultimate chicken and egg question. Who gave birth to guilt and resentment? Did our resentment feed theirs? Did they ingest it with the macaroni and cheese and pancakes and syrup? Did the chain begin with our mothers? Their mothers? I imagine a trail of Cheerios leading back to a gingerbread house in the deep, dark woods. I have met the wicked witch who lives there, and she is me.
Ginny Daly.
Tonight's theme I happen to love. It's things they carried. And I took it to mean things they carried, the things they carried to carry things. So, here goes. It's been near and dear to my heart for a long time. Envy for the things they carried, things in, began when I left home for the outside world, first grade. I had lunchbox envy. I coveted the Cinderella, Snow White, and Dorothy, though not the Gene Autry or the Roy Rogers ones. I even envied the humble brown bag, imagining glorious contents such as I never experienced. I was one who could walk home for lunch, and so had to. College, living on campus, required no need for heavy lifting. Still, I loved my bright red travel tote proclaiming, Tempus Vita et Disportati Illustrati. You recognize those words? Time, Life, and Sports Illustrated. an advertising giveaway. My brief convent stint netted me one of those legendary nun pockets. Catholics in the room will understand that. In reality, it was an 18 by 12-inch drawstring pouch that tied around the waist to hold the entire world. Pens, notebooks, a man's handkerchief, chapsticks, cassette tapes, even scissors. It was a one-sided, lumpy look, but oh, how I hated relinquishing it. Early work years in Manhattan required no carrying conveyances. The reason amazed me then and still: no homework. My job entailed writing ads, with the luxury of all day, 9 to 5, to do so. Plus, I walked home for lunch, simply pocketing a lipstick and an apartment key. No purse, but I still had briefcase envy. I'd see these people carrying their briefcases and fantasize about what it was always men, carried in the things that they carried. I decided it was probably a brown bag lunch after all. Came time for my own creative shop agency. I came into my own. All grown up, I could finally carry a briefcase. I had 4. The workhorse was a capacious faux brown leather, impervious to rain, roomy for schlepping mountains of paper, since by then I'd learned I had to sell by day and work by night. I had 2 presentation cases. One was the ultra-large black leather that held artwork, while the tastefully elegant leather, yet dashingly creative one that was emblazoned with the Aztec sun calendar, that held the copy. The sleek, slim, honey-colored leather coach briefcase, a gift from a client, was for high-profile clients only. It never saw rain. And then there were the City Beach 2-house decades. Things were carried in jumbo LL Bean boat totes, which took up permanent residence by both front doors. It seemed whatever was in one house needed to be in the other. Those totes carried sheets, towels, linens back and forth, cooking utensils, and later carried my displays for television appearances, and then they devolved into just regular old luggage. Every woman's subconscious fear of becoming a bag lady finally reached my consciousness when I noticed the dirt and the dog pee on those tote bags. Solution: order new ones to replace the ratty ones. Next on life's litany of things carrying things reflects my current stage. This bag is from Land's End. You will notice that it's got sturdy brown leather handles and a brown leather bottom. It's made of fashionable polka dot canvas. And this bag may well be the last workhorse I carry with any sort of meaning. With it, bag lady dread disappears, for it is my bag of tricks. It holds part of my clown persona, carrying only joy and silliness. So, the bag I go.
Big visual.
That's what I do.
Not a bad way to wind up. Or wind down. Yes, I'm glad.
We should have positioned you before the grief part of the program. We're now going to have a song by Stuart.
It's an interesting comment about Episcopalian guilt. There actually is no such thing as a rumor that Episcopalians put out there to keep regular folks from figuring out that we don't have any guilt. Episcopalians subscribe to the musical method of life, which is such that it may be Bach and Beethoven in the daytime, but it's Louie Louie when the sun goes down. And then nobody asks. Anyway, you got me thinking about this song. Song from, things I don't know. One is the author of the song, and the other is what key to play. Leon Redbone. We're going to do it in B flat tonight. E flat, E flat, E flat, E flat. This is sort of about things you carry with you, a lot of which are, certainly for me, fantasies of what my life may or may not bring. This is one of them. It's called writing scripts in your head. Everybody else follows the script, stands where they're supposed to. Only speaks when you want it to. And only says what you're saying. This one is called I Want to Be Seduced. I want to be seduced. I want a woman to talk to me suggestively. I want to hear her say she'll be with me tomorrow morning, drinking hot jasmine tea. I want to be real cool. Let her think about getting little me in bed. Care to talk about Magna Carta, Puerto Vallarta, or something Gandhi said. I know it only happens when I'm napping, nodding in a reverie. That I find myself a woman who wouldn't mind seducing me. I want to be seduced. I want a woman to take me out to dinner for two. I want to see her eyes get moony, flirting with the thought of what flirting ought to do. I want her to make me laugh. Have her touch me when she talks, making all the other men in the joint mumbling their beer and gawk. I know it only happens when I'm napping, nodding in my reverie. That I find myself a woman who wouldn't mind seducing me. I know it only happens when I'm napping, nodding in my reverie, that I find myself a woman who wouldn't mind seducing. Starting from the moment when we were introduced, I want to find me a woman